Hi everybody, welcome back to the 80s Fantasy Film Club, where we celebrate the very best of 1980s sci-fi and fantasy movies, because we all know that the 80s never die. I'm Josh Winning. I'm the author of The Shadow Glass, which, if you can't tell from the cover, which is very shiny, is inspired by the film that we're going to be chatting about tonight. It's full of bloodthirsty puppets, nerd heroes, found families, and what else has it got? More fantasy Easter eggs than you can shake a Skeksis at. Can you tell that I wrote that bit down? Hi everyone who's joined, hello! So this week I'm joined by three fantastic special guests who are all here to talk about The Dark Crystal, the 1982 puppet fantasy extravaganza directed by the Muppet Masters that are Jim Henson and Frank Oz. So I'm just going to attempt to add everybody in. Okay, I've got... Bear with. Hang on.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Good
How are
evening.
you?
I'm really well, thanks. How are you? Hi, Shelley.
Hello.
Try to add Georgia. Hang on. Bear with.
You look amazing, Shelley.
I can't see you, Shelley. What do you look like?
I'll stay like this for a bit.
Oh my God. You look amazing. Where did you get your ears?
eBay, I think.
You mean they're not real?
Yeah,
They're not your ears?
I was going to say this is just my natural look. I normally like pin them down, and
you look so good, and you've got a fizz gig as well.
well, I'm cheating a bit because this is from Star Trek, but yeah.
Oh yeah, what they called in Star Trek, like
Tribbles.
Tribbles. Yeah, brilliant, amazing.
Yeah.
Hi, Georgia. I love your t-shirt, Georgia. It looks great.
Thank you, Fozzie Bear.
Oh, it's so cool.
Can you imagine if Fozzie Bear was in The Dark Crystal? That would be so.
The anxiety levels would just be through the roof for him. Bless him. But I would like to see that. See that. Maybe in the next Netflix series, he might make an appearance. Crossover.
Yeah. And I'm loving your Sabrina Do cat. It looks amazing.
Thank you very much. I mean, it's not at all thematically appropriate, but you know, when you have a hair.
Grow a bit, you'll be Kira. Totally.
Really?
Yeah. Right, I'm going to introduce you all. So first up, we have Shelley Toy, who runs the Tales of Point Horror book club on Instagram. It's fantastic. It's every month, and you read a different book every month and talk about it. And it's always so much fun. And Shelley and her brother used to watch Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom on repeat every weekend, and they would run around family parties trying to rip people's hearts out until their VHS was confiscated.
Yeah.
Rightly so, I think. Next, we have Kat Ellis, who is the author of YA horror books, including Harrow Lake and Wicked Little Deeds, not Deeds, sorry.
Poor Dee.
Poor Dee. A true child of the 80s, Kat was the proud wearer of high-top trainers, lilac shell suits, bum bags, side ponytails, and crocheted fingerless gloves, often all at the same time.
We need to see this.
Yeah.
I know, all photographic evidence has been destroyed right now.
Shame. And finally, last but not least, we have Georgia Bowers, who is the author of witchy YA novel Mark of the Wicked. One of the first stories she ever wrote as a kid was called The Jewel in the Bunny, which was a total rip-off of Romancing the Stone, and she remembers sobbing during Harry and the Hendersons when John Lithgow punches Bigfoot to make him leave.
Oh, yeah.
I still can't watch it now. It's awful.
I remember that.
It's such a good film. Maybe we should cover that on the lives at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a classic.
I love that film. So
yeah. Great. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad that you're all here.
Thanks for having us.
We need to do like a mystic style sort of like to synchronize before we start. Beautiful. I felt the universe harmonise around me. It was amazing. So when single shines the triple sun, what was sundered and undone shall be whole, the two made one, by Gelfling hand or else by none. The world of Thra has fallen under the dark rule of the cruel and twisted Skeksis, who use the dark crystal to stay young, if not beautiful. But when Gelfling Gen, supposedly the last of his kind, is tasked with finding a crystal shard that will bring back the Skeksis, he sets out on a dangerous quest, meeting a menagerie of fantastical creatures along the way. So let's dive in with the Dark Crystal questions. What was your earliest memory of watching the Dark Crystal? Let's start with Kat.
Well, I remember very clearly watching it with my older sister and both of us trying to recreate the Gelfling hairdo. So we had our ears sticking out very much like Shelley is doing now, modelling it for us. So I don't have to. And being generally quite terrified of Aughra, I have to say.
Oh.
Yeah. I found her a bit scary when I was a kid. She's a complicated character.
She's got a lot going on.
She has, yeah.
Trying to save the world. Okay, what about you, Shelley? What's your earliest memory of watching The Dark Crystal?
So on Friday, that was the first time I've watched this film the whole way through. Not the first time I've seen it, but the whole way through from start to finish. Because for some reason, I've only ever watched bits of it. And like really random bits, because there's some bits I obviously remembered, and then I didn't know anything about the storyline. So I don't know why. I just think I wonder whether I was a little bit scared of it when I was younger.
Yeah,
it's quite intense, isn't it? I mean,
it's very intense.
Quite intense. So my memories are very vague and very sporadic, but yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got no reason for why I haven't seen it all the way through.
Yeah. So, what was your experience of watching it properly the whole way through for the first time?
As I say, it was quite intense. the journey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I felt quite exhausted after. You do feel like you go on this journey with the characters, and I really, really like that, and kind of like meeting all these characters that you just want to know more about and things like that. I really enjoyed it. I liked it.
It definitely has like a really quite serene and calm first sort of 20 to 30 minutes, and then suddenly it's like, oh my god, intense.
Yeah, everything like
non-stop.
Yeah.
How about you, Georgia? When's the first time you saw the film?
Well, I'm the opposite of Kat, really, because my sister didn't like it. So, and you know what it's like in those days, if your sibling didn't like something, especially an older sibling, then you didn't get to watch it. But we had like the back room, which was where you were relegated if you wanted to watch something different to everyone else, and it was like this awful TV that you couldn't hear properly. So I remember sitting really close to it, and I remember watching it. I was really, really young, and I saw my dad today, and I said to him, do you remember us watching The Dark Crystal? And he was like, oh no, I don't think so. And I said, I said, I watched it the other day, it's quite scary. Why do you let us watch things like that? And he was like, he said, I spent the 80s trying to fix my car. So I was in the garage all the time at the weekend. So we just let you watch what you want, really. But I remember being so drawn to it, and because it was so dark and weird. But I really enjoyed it. And every time it was on at Christmas, I always tried to watch it if my sister would let me. We never recorded it for some reason. I think maybe my mum and dad and everyone didn't like it, so we weren't allowed to record it. So I didn't keep watching it. But like Shelley, I watched it on Friday night, and it was the first time I'd watched it in ages. And I watched it on my iPad with my earphones. So I was like completely. And afterwards, my husband was like, you just kept gasping, like especially at the end, you just kept gasping over and over. He's like, what were you watching? It's like children's film.
Just the Muppets.
Yeah.
I loved your tweets on Friday. They were so funny.
Yeah.
I can't take any more.
No, it's just it was, and like Shelley was saying, I was exhausted afterwards. And again, because it was like 90 minutes. So I really want to start a campaign to make all films 90 minutes long again. Because I think films are so, but they just got everything in it. And it was just like the perfect journey because of as you say, it started off, they were, everything was lovely. He's naked at the beginning. Didn't remember that bit. Didn't remember that bit.
No.
Bit uncomfortable watching the naked. But yeah,
artfully posed.
Yeah, this is true. So yeah, no, I really enjoyed it.
Brilliant. I have a similar situation. Well, actually, I guess I'm the eldest, so I loved this film as a kid, and it's one of those I got out of my local video shop over and over again. But my family all found it far too scary, so I would just have to sort of sit in a room on my own and watch it, which I was quite happy to do because it's such a great film. But yeah, my mum and my sister were just not okay with it, so they never watched it. They liked Labyrinth, just not this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, it's only an hour and a half. It's brilliant. I had a friend over to watch it with me on Friday, and we were done by 8:30, and it was like, oh, should we get pissed now and watch something else? And we did, and the next film was rubbish.
As you was watching it.
Yeah.
Oh God! Every time Chamberlain whimpers.
Yeah.
Very drunk by the end of that one. So the Skeksis are clearly the villains of the film. They're horrible. They look like emaciated, sort of like vultures. They're just generally messy, terrible dinner manners. But for all the evil that they do, I wondered if you felt any sympathy towards them at all. Let's start with Shelley.
Oh, sympathy. I don't know whether I felt sympathy, but they gave me a lot of laughs. They're meant to be funny, but they were just like really scary, but really interesting. And I just wanted to know more. And that eating scene was just hilarious.
Can I say, I was just finishing my Chinese with that bit, and we had crispy shredded beef. And I was just like, I can't eat this.
Yeah, pad and noodles.
Yeah,
it's the one with the stuff hanging out his mouth.
Oh,
yeah. I think I tweeted at the time, oh, well, I'd like to say this isn't me, but here we are. But yeah,
and if you look really closely, they're actually eating a land strider. You know, the really long-legged things.
Oh,
they've got like beheaded land striders cooked
on
the table.
Well,
so disgusting.
And I love that because that's like from the 80s when you go and see it at the cinema or you have to wait for it to come out on video, and that's such a small horrible detail from the creators, isn't it? Like, let's have them right at the beginning, they can be eating the thing that they're riding later. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's awful.
No, then I don't feel sympathy for them. And then as well, I'm like, in real life, I'm actually quite scared of like things that fly around my head, like bats and birds. So like, if a pigeon comes near me, I'll scream. So it's an experience. And I think it stems from like, there was a puppet TV show when I was younger called Orm and Cheap. I don't know whether anyone remembers.
Oh, I don't remember that.
No.
And it had like this, unless my memory is really warped, but it had like this crow thing that looked like am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Like those, like this crow used to come down and try and pinch the chick. And I think like it just reminded me of that, and then I was traumatised all over again. So yeah, no sympathy.
Yeah, I've got a really vague memory of that now you've said it. Yeah, weird.
Because I would fly. Yeah, you didn't want a rendition of me singing Orm and Cheap, but so yeah.
So that's a firm no from Shelley.
No sympathy for like anything that looks like a bird.
Okay, fair. Georgia, what about you?
No, I'm the same as Shelley, I think. Apart from, I don't know all their names, sorry, but that awful bit where one of them is like disrobed when he's not the other guy comes in charge. And I remember being really disturbed by that part when I was a child, and I did feel sorry as he sort of took himself away from from them and sort of went off on his own. But even for the rest of the film, I still didn't trust him. So no, I don't think I did feel any sympathy. No.
Okay, that's 2 no's. How about you, Kat? Horror author. Any sympathy for the monster?
Very, very similarly, actually. When I think his name or title is Chamberlain, when he's getting disrobed, you do sort of think, oh, that looks a little bit tight, actually. And then there's a little bit later on where Chamberlain goes to the 2 Gelflings and he's like, come and make peace with my people, please, and says it over and over again, which is quite creepy in itself. But the first time watching it, I don't think I was quite sure whether Chamberlain was entirely evil at that point. So I wasn't sure whether it was, a sincere plea for help. And I thought maybe it was a bit tight of Jen to be like, no. But yeah, no.
No sympathy? No, none of you? Okay, no. Amazing. Unanimously in hatred of the Skeksis. I initially no, but I think that they kind of earn your sympathy perhaps slightly more than they would have when you realise they're just half of this fractured whole. Because, spoiler, we are going to spoil the film, as we discover at the end of the film, they're actually one half with the Mystics, who, when they are united, they become, I think it's called the Ur-Skeks, which is like this one being that through their arrogance, they split the crystal and they got divided in half. So I think even though they are just absolutely repellent and you can't condone anything they do, they kind of, because they are part of a greater whole, maybe they become slightly redeemed at the end. Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
How many times have you seen this film, Josh?
I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the most watched films in my collection. Between this and Labyrinth, definitely. Yeah, weirdly. But actually, I think I've seen the making of documentary quite a lot as well. There's a documentary called The World of the Dark Crystal that's on the DVD, which is like an hour long. And watching it again today, I was like, oh my God, I remember this just as well as I remember the film. It's really weird.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I just love this film. So one of the fun facts that actually comes out of that documentary and the extras on the DVD is that originally the only creatures in the Dark Crystal that spoke were the Gelfling, so Jen and Kira. All the other creatures, the Mystics and the Skeksis, they all made these sort of like animalistic, like grunty noises, like screaming sounds. And big surprise when it was screened to, advanced press audiences or whatever, not press, what are they called, like test screenings. Everyone came out kind of going, yeah, but what's actually going on? Like, what's the film actually about? And Jim Henson and Frank Oz were like, oh, we really thought that you would understand. So my question is, do you think that it could have worked without any dialogue? Let's start with Kat.
I don't think it could have, to be honest. I don't think as a kid I would have been able to follow it, and I don't think as an adult I would have been able to follow it without the dialogue. I would have been as stumped as those test audiences, I think. So yeah, I'm glad they changed it.
Because you kind of do get the general gist of it, but I feel like it's one of those where if you knew the story first, maybe then you'd be able to follow it. Like if you were watching like a reinterpretation of Romeo and Juliet or something. But because it's his own story, like when they just brought out that stone and started hitting the stone, you'd be like, what are they doing? Shelley, what do you think?
No, I liked it. Can you imagine, like, noise? I mean, they sound like me when I stub my toe on, like, on the cupboard or something. But I think, like, having them talk makes them more real and sinister, like, and just more scary. Like, to me, if they were just making those noises the whole time, like, it would just be hilarious, and it wouldn't have the same impact that they should have.
Yeah. It makes me think of Mars Attacks when the aliens are just like, rah, 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 rah. And it's like, okay.
They do kind of sound, at some point they sounded like gremlins a little bit, and a bit like Yoda. And then like a bit like Gollum, so you wonder whether like Andy Serkis maybe like based his voice character that on a bit on that. But no, imagine it without them talking. It would be too funny. I would laugh.
Yeah, it would be like I'm trying to think of like I don't know. It's just the way when you see the footage where you know what the scene is, but they're just going rah, la, 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 la.
Yeah, I think definitely talking better.
Yeah. Okay. How, Georgia, do you feel the same way?
I agree. I think it would just have been very weird. And the only way they could have done it is if they had subtitles, but I think that wouldn't have worked either for the younger viewers. But yeah, I think the same. I think it would have been just a little bit on the odd side.
Yeah. I just watched the new West Side Story today.
Oh, I watched that last weekend. Yes.
Oh,
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, it's got no subtitles for the Spanish.
No.
And I really liked that because it shows the divide between the two gangs and stuff. But it's just interesting how it kind of works in West Side Story, but it doesn't work in Dark Crystal.
No. And they're such similar films. I don't understand.
It's about human nature.
Pride and everything.
Yeah. I do think that giving dialogue to the Skeksis elevates them because they're kind of meant to be a parody of the aristocracy, aren't they? They're meant to be sort of verbose and sort of full of themselves, and of course they would express that through dialogue. So yeah, it kind of totally makes sense that they do. And I can't imagine.
Don't the Podlings speak like Croatian or some kind of like amalgam of a few different languages? And they don't have subtitles, do they?
No, maybe they're not saying anything of any note. Like Aughra. Aughra speaks a bit of German, a bit of French.
Oh, legend.
Which is like, Gelfing Nacht or something. And then later on she's like, bougie, 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 bougie or something, which might be French. It sounds French to me. This is pretty much, I think it has to be the first live action, fully puppet animated movie ever made, especially certainly on this scale and on this kind of budget. And I just wondered, do you think it would have worked better, not as well, sort of differently, and for what reasons, if it had been people in costumes or, just actors in makeup and stuff? Georgia, let's start with you.
I can't decide on this because I think it's what makes it stand out. It's what makes it unique, that you're kind of waiting for the humans to come in and they don't, which is, I remember thinking that as a child, like, where are the people? And I think it works really well because it sort of adds to the fantastical element of the whole thing. But then again, there's other films that have done it so brilliantly. So I think that it would have worked, I think, because at times I kind of got a little bit annoyed with the Gelflings, that's right, isn't it? With their puppets, their faces.
Like lack of expression. Maybe.
Yes, because they just looked worried the whole time. Just worried. And you can see why. I think maybe the guys that were like, we'll just leave them looking worried because there's going to be a lot of stuff for them to worry about. Yeah. But at times I was just like, just smile or something, or, look cross. So it might have been quite interesting to have them as like human people, if they were any other kind of people, I don't know. So I would like, if there was like a remake, I'd be interested to see it maybe with people.
Yeah.
So I haven't decided. Yeah.
I guess it's telling that the next film Jim Henson did had puppets and then a couple of humans.
Yes.
I guess to kind of get over the Gelfling effect.
Yeah.
How about you, Kat? What did you think?
I think, and bearing in mind I was very small when I first watched it, I didn't really notice the lack of humans in it and just kind of assumed that the Gelflings were human equivalent, if not actually human. I don't think I thought about it particularly much. But I think, it could definitely work with the same kind of balance as Labyrinth has, you know, a few central humans in it with the rest puppets. I don't necessarily think it would add that much. I mean, as Georgia said, you know, maybe some more expressions and things like that. But yeah, I'm happy with how they made it, to be honest.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, I was just thinking that when Total Film magazine that I write for, they ran a list of like the 25 best Muppets or something about 10 years ago. And the writer, a guy called Paul Bradshaw, he said that the Gelfling looked like the Olsen twins. So completely true. Like, get them to play the Gelfling. Done.
Yeah,
They're
lots of
already otherworldly
Botox.
beings.
Yeah.
What about you, Shelley? Do you think it would be better, worse, different without puppets?
I think that it would take. I mean, I love Labyrinth, and I think I love Labyrinth because of the contrast between the human and the puppetry. But then I also love Fraggle Rock, which is mainly puppetry. And with Fraggle Rock, you're in that world, aren't you? So I think if there was like humans in that world, it would just smash the world apart. I don't know whether I'm making sense, but it just wouldn't work. Like, they created all those sets and the creation of everything that they did. I think if you put humans in there, it wouldn't work so much. Not like it does with Labyrinth, because you've got Sarah running through the maze, for example, and the sets seem quite more contained in Dark Crystal, and I think it just would have destroyed the feeling of it.
Yeah.
That's probably why I didn't watch it all the way through when I was younger, because it didn't have humans in it, actors in it, maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It didn't have visible humans. I think there were a couple of like wide shots where they dressed a guy in Jen's costume for like when he's walking into big sets and stuff. But yeah, no visible humans. It's quite astonishing. Like,
it's quite amazing.
Quite something. Yeah. I as a kid, I remember just not really noticing either. Like Georgia said, just not noticing that there weren't any people in it. Because in some ways, because it's so otherworldly. Like, the entire world is sort of just like perfectly created from the ground up, that you just almost feel like they went to Thra and shot it for us, kind of thing. You know, it just has that look. Like, I think the cinematographer put a special filter on front of the camera when they were shooting the film, and so it gave it this sort of like fairy tale look visually, because they were trying to recapture the drawings that Brian Froud did. So yeah, it's like you completely believe in these things. Like Jim Henson said, I was watching the documentary earlier, and he said that the fact that it's puppets makes it more easy to just sort of like to believe in the characters, because when you hire an actor to play a role, you will see the actor, whereas with the Skeksis, they are fully evil to the core. And they're not bringing anything with them externally. They just exist completely within this world, which I think is just, it was an interesting observation by Mr. Henson.
Gosh, it's amazing.
I tend to go really posh when I'm on camera. I'm not like this in real life. My boyfriend goes American when he's nervous. Oh, make me blush. So lots of characters in the film, lots of very colourful characters. But who is your number one? Who's your favourite? Let's start with Kat.
For me, it has to be Kira. She was the MVP as far as I'm concerned. Without her in it, the film would have entirely fallen apart. Jen would never have been able to complete his quest had she not joined him. And I'm going to say something controversial here. I think that Jen's master got the wrong Gelfling when he gave the quest. Because the prophecy just says a Gelfling has to do it. It doesn't say that it has to be, Jen or a boy or, which Gelfling. I think they got the wrong one. They just assumed because they thought Jen was the last one that it had to be him. But Kira could quite quite competently have carried out that quest on her own. So
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
I
she's
think-
badass. She completely saves him like 5 times.
yeah.
Yeah,
She's my
amazing. I love her hair. I love how they both have like multicolored hair. Like they have naturally multicolored hair. It's awesome.
And she
There
has
are
wings, and
And she
she
has
can talk to
wings.
animals.
I was so upset as a kid when it was like, of course you don't have wings. You're a boy. I was like, no, but I really want them. Why? I'll never have wings. Shelley, who is your favourite character?
Oh, it's got to be. Oh, I'm so bad at pronunciation. How do you say? Is it Ugra?
Augra.
Ugra. You know what I'm like?
Hugra.
Ugra. Yeah, but she was great. Like she was. I noticed you guys. Oh,
Oh wow!
and like I feel like I understand her because like only got one eye. Like I know I've got 2 eyes, but I can only see out of one eye. And like I kind of feel for her, and I know I wish I could take my eye out and then have a look. But I just loved the saying she said like putrid lizards and spit head things. But the best one for me, well, there was 2, where she's like, "Lords, not for long."
Oh yeah.
Like proper insulting.
Yeah.
The best one was when she says, "Oh, where is he?" And I think Jen says, "Dead." And she's like, "Well, it could be anywhere then."
Yeah, absolutely.
She was so sassy and like with the little huffs and puffs. Like, oh, I loved her. We all need.
Oh, absolutely. Georgia,
Yeah.
what about you? Who's your favourite?
Well, I'm the same as Shelley and Kat actually, because I had 2 and I couldn't decide. But the same as I loved it when Ugra, at the end, when the whole place is like falling around her, and she's just like, "Rah, rah, rah." And then she looks out and Thingy's out there. She's like, "What are you doing out there?" And she just calmly goes to rescue him. And I just thought that I just loved that attitude. I absolutely loved it. And the same as Kat, I think Jen was a bit of a bore, and he was kind of that kind of main character thing where there's not much about them, and all the other characters are kind of much better, and zhuzhing them along. That's a technical word, zhuzhing. Yeah. So yeah, those were my 2 faves as well, and I loved her because I think. When was the film made? 82. That's quite unusual, I suppose, for a girl, for a female character to be like, "Come on, let's go," leading the action. When they're in that bar thing and all those horrible dung beetles come in and everything's going wrong, everything's going tits up, and Jen's like, oh, and she's like, "Come on,
get your move
on, yeah, come on, get your head in the game, Jen, for God's sake." So I like Kat's theory that did they just assume it should be a boy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Possibly. So
sexist.
Bit.
Yeah.
Or skexist.
Oh,
skepsist.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, boy.
I do think Jen is quite sheltered, isn't he? He's a bit gormless.
Yes, he is. Bless him.
They try to give him, like, he does that look to the camera, which is a little glimpse of personality where he's like, "Oh, what's going to be around the corner?" But then after that, he's just like, "Budum,
Does he say, I wrote this down, so I don't know whether he actually said it or not. I've got a weird list here that starts with naked, exclamation mark. But does he say, "I'm not ready to go alone"?
Yeah.
All right. Alone then.
Yeah.
Is that what he
Yes,
says?
he does.
I'm a bit like, oh dear.
It's like, it
It's
takes
not-
a little moment.
Yeah.
All right, I'm still alone. 2 seconds later. Bless him. He's just he's just a bit clueless, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I love Fizzgig. I think Fizzgig is just like brilliant. I love him. That's basically me when I'm hungry, tired, combination of the 2, kind of like annoyed. He's great, but my favourite was always Augur, and always will be. She's the wise badass. She I love that she's got the orrery and she looks at the stars and
Oh yeah.
she wants to sort of explore the universe and
Mhm.
she's interested and yeah, she's great. I love her.
With
That was
Oprah, I love that there's a moment too where uh, they've just attacked her home, and she's like, "If you wanted Jem, why didn't you just ask?"
Yeah.
Like she would have just given him up.
Because she knew
like,
Kira
okay.
was out there and Kira would get the job done.
Yeah, exactly.
She
Yeah.
knew. She
It's
knew,
all
you
coming
see.
together.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that she just like smacks the Garthim, the big beetle guy. Just like, ah, for God's sake,
Yeah.
get out. I also love that she just has big boobs. It's just
Oh, they're amazing. Amazing
just on a
boobs.
purely kind of like on a
Yeah.
creative choice level. I'm like, yeah, okay, why
Yeah.
not? Absolutely.
We need a
Um,
off. That's just a spin-off. We've just.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
oh,
Love to
that-
see her origin story.
Yeah.
I think possibly that is available, but not in screen form. I think it's possibly in one of the books, maybe.
Oh,
I think it might be in this one, which is the biggest book I own. Huge.
It's massive.
It's absolutely huge, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
There's tons of like tie-in material that I think will flesh his stuff out. So I think it is out there somewhere. All right, let's go on to the next question. So there are clearly a ton of amazing locations in the film. You've got the Mystics commune, you've got the Skeksis castle, you've got Orgra's orrery, you've got the Podling village. So I wondered which home kind of location would you want to live in? Let's start with Shelley.
Okay, where do you think that I'd want to live in?
I'm going to say the Podling village.
Yes! How did you guess that?
I could just see you living there.
Oh, I'd love it. Like, it'd be so much fun. Like,
Yeah.
they're virtually, weren't they like the precursor for the Fraggles? So that's even better. And like, oh, I love them, and I just want to protect them as well. Like, oh, did you see their little faces when like the
Get like grabbed by the neck and dragged out of the bar.
oh, and then when like the crystal.
Oh, the rays. Oh.
Yeah. And you think, don't worry, it'll be all right. Nothing's going to happen to this cute little thing. And then you're like, okay, stop now. Stop.
The end.
Stop. Yeah, the end.
So I would definitely live in Podling Village, and I'd make my own theme tune, and we'd like sing it every day and have fun. And
How would that go, Shelley? How would that theme tune go?
Podling Village, like that.
That sounds great. You become the queen of the Podlings. Have you got a woolly hat?
Everything. I'll do whatever's necessary to live.
Georgia, which location would you want to live in?
Oh, I could see myself living in Ogra's house. I just want to be on my own, and I think she probably like makes her own ale, and
oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah, and just like catches animals that she then gets them going in a like fire pit type thing. Fire pit?
Oh,
What
okay.
am I talking about? A fireplace. And just eating alone and reading and being alone. Oh yeah.
Being awesome.
Oh yeah. Just living my best life. That's what I want to do. But yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Kat, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, while I do obviously appreciate the appeal of Oprah's lifestyle, I'd have to go with Shelley on this one. I'd want to live in Podling Village, where they definitely have a bar and kind of like fiesta atmosphere. And just based on the fact that they raised Kira, and they obviously know a lot more about the world than the Mystics seem to raise Jem, I'm going to say, they would be my people.
Yeah, because they must have taught her all the different languages that she can speak.
Yeah.
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 Interesting. Okay, so we've got two for the
Ogra would
Podlings,
come
one
to
for
the
Ogra.
Podling Village for New Year and other celebrations and holidays.
And then she'd get really like annoyed at how annoying they are and then stomp off.
Yes.
See you next year.
Spit heads. Yeah.
That's like my
Yeah.
new go-to insult.
Oh, I know, but you know when you say it and someone obviously hasn't seen the film, and and they're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Hang on a minute.
yeah.
It's not very
Yes.
nice.
And like, and I'll be like, look it up.
Yeah. Oh, Emma says, but Jen can read. They taught him words that stay. Yes, they did.
Oh,
So the
Yeah.
Mystics gave him written language, and the Podlings gave Kira spoken language. Nice. I do often shout Kimalaya. Kimalaya. No, nobody when she's summoning all the creatures.
oh yes, yeah, yeah.
Is it Kimalaya? Maybe it's not. Just making it up. I personally would find Podling Village really, really irritating. It might be fun. It might be fun for like an evening, but I could not live there. I would be so annoyed all the time. Like, clean up! Like, stop being so noisy. So personally, I just think the Mystic Commune just looks absolutely fabulous. Just really calm. You know, they clearly just chill out, sing a bit of music. You know, I was going to say something about smoking weed, which they clearly are. I wouldn't say I would do that, but you know, I would definitely enjoy the vibe.
A bit of serenity.
Yeah, and they just have so much stuff, like cool stuff. Like if you look when Jen goes in to see his master, his house is just full of awesome little trinkets and mystical things. And, you know, they make nice art using sand. So,
We can't
it'd be
wait to
lovely.
start now.
Like a spiritual retreat. Yeah. Okay, so if we're not counting all of the main characters that we see, there are an absolute ton of different creatures that we meet along the way, like hundreds of them just glimpsed in little, you know, in the forest and by the river and all that kind of stuff, and enslaved by the scientist. So I wondered, of all those creatures that we glimpse, which one did you want to know more about? Let's start with Georgia.
Well, I'd like to know more about those poor things that they were eating at the beginning. Now I know it was their heads they were eating, because they seem Landstriders. They seem like such a peaceful kind of, you know, hybrid between a giraffe and a camel.
Rabbit.
Something.
Like
Yeah.
rabbit face.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do they come from? You know, when did they? Yeah, I'd like to know more about them, and they obviously taste good as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Tastes like chicken,
yeah,
possibly today.
that bit where they all, what are they called, Josh? Then I know they're not dog. That's it. When you're like, oh, that was another bit where you're like, oh, be okay. Someone will rescue it, and then you're like, and they're just all, and that bit was like just, it was harrowing. Yeah.
One of them gets chucked off the edge of a cliff. Yeah. The other gets piled on by a load of Garthim with like screaming.
Awful.
The screaming. Awful, chilling.
So I want to know about their journey. I think they've probably come from a different part, and they've come because they look like they would, you know, go on a.
Have you seen how they did that behind the scenes?
No, I did read that at first they had 6 legs, and then they changed it to 4 because they were like, it was just ridiculous. They couldn't make it work.
Yeah.
No, I did. Is it? No, I don't know how. You mean they're not real?
They had guys. Yeah, I know. Sorry. They had guys on stilts, so like stilts on their hands and feet.
Right.
And they basically tested out running around on these stilts, showed that they could do it kind of safely-ish and quickly. And so then it fell to Brian Froud to actually design the creature around what that looked like with the stilts. So,
wow.
Very clever.
Oh, it's so clever. And like I think Shelley, you said they reminded you of the Wheelers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously not as nightmare-inducing as the Wheelers.
No, they were lovely.
Kind of like concept.
The little baby one.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Was in the Wheelers were inspired a little bit by those.
Possibly. Kat, which creature did you want to see more of, or know more about?
Yeah, I would love to have seen a little bit more of, I don't know what it's called, but you know the part where Jen first meets Kira and he falls into that little marsh, and then Kira summons the giant toad creature to lift him up out of it.
Yeah.
And it has that confrontation with Fizzgig.
Yeah.
I'd love to know more about what that was and, you know, how Kira's encountered that creature before, because he obviously was familiar with it.
Yeah.
And I also like that it snapped a bit at Fizzgig because he was a useless little creature, wasn't he, really?
What's he called in the credits? He's like Fizzgig, an irritated creature or something. or like a friendly monster or something like that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, then I could see that. Nebri. Yeah, cool.
Nebri.
Shelley, which creature did you want to see more about? Know more about?
I was going to say the same as Georgia, the land walker things. But I'll cheat a little bit and say that I want to know more about Fizzgig, because I want to know, like, I know he's kind of a main character, not really, but I want to know, like, what his family's like. Does he have siblings? What does he do socially? I just want to know, like, a little bit more about him. He's misunderstood, and he's got more depths than we all know.
Absolutely.
So
he's very loyal. He's a loyal creature.
Yeah. So I'd like to know a little bit more about him, because I think he's misunderstood as this creature that just goes.
Yeah. The one thing that I'll tell you that I know about Fizzgig from the expanded kind of universe of Dark Crystal is that it's actually the species is called Fizzgig.
Oh.
So every single Fizzgig is just called Fizzgig. Yeah.
So we don't even know his name.
No.
Oh.
I know. Maybe that's why he's so pissed off all the time.
Yeah.
My
He's like,
Fizzgig.
yeah.
It's like just calling us, oh, hi, human.
Hi, human people. Yeah.
I wanted to know more about, right, okay, it's kind of blink and miss it, but they noticed it when they made the Netflix prequel series, because in the scientist's lab, there's all those different creatures like in cages. One of them is like a miniature dinosaur, which was very strange. And kind of, is it telling us that this is Earth around the time of the dinosaurs? Don't know. But it just really stuck out. And I think there's also another, like almost like a miniature triceratops by the river bit as well. It like hides by the river. So I wanted to know more about those weird little miniature dinosaurs. Personally.
Yeah, that would be really.
Yeah, it's funny because in the film it's like a cuddly toy. It's really squishy. But then in the Netflix spin-off, they've created this really awesome dinosaur with like crystals coming out of its back, and it looks really cool. So yeah, that's what I want to know more about.
I think they did such a good job, because I mean, I don't know much about like the backstory or the lore kind of stuff, but I think they did such a good job just in that one film, 90 minutes long, to put so many different elements in that it makes you want to know more about the characters.
Yeah, totally. It's pure like show don't tell. You learn so much about the world just from what you see and what they show you, without necessarily anyone having to explain anything other than the overall, you've got to go on a quest to get this shard, you know.
Yeah.
So I wonder, have you guys seen the Netflix prequel series? Have any of you watched it?
No, I haven't, but I'm going. Now I've watched the film.
Yeah. Have you not seen it, Kat?
I haven't actually. I think I will watch it now, but I started watching like the first episode of it, and I think because it was so long since I'd seen The Dark Crystal, I had no clue what was going on, and I was just kind of lost with it. So I think now that I've watched the film again and I am once again familiar with that world, I'll give it another go, and I think I'll probably get a lot more out of it now.
Yeah, definitely.
Got one of my favourite actors in as well, so I can't believe I haven't watched it.
Who?
Shazad Latif. Oh, I love him.
Who's he?
Who is?
I don't know.
So he was in Star Trek Discovery, and he was. Did you ever watch Toast of London? And he played this character called Clem Fandango.
Brilliant.
And well, I'll have to put like a picture up, because I've had loads of pictures at Comic Con with him, and I got him to sit on my lap and all sorts.
Ooh.
But I think he voices one of the characters. Is it Kylan or something?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm quite interested
Oh,
to see, because I just love him, and yeah.
cool. Are you going to watch it, do you think, Georgia?
I think I will now. Now I've watched the film again recently, and I was looking on IMDb, dove right into IMDb after I watched the film yesterday, and the film got a lower rating than the series.
Whoa.
I think, yeah. And I know it wasn't very well received at first, was it, the series?
I love the series.
Right.
But I think in terms of ratings, maybe is the reason it got cancelled. I also think, like, if you watch the making of documentary, both for the series and the film, you see what an enormous production it is. It's absolutely
Yeah.
mind-blowing. And it's like 5 people for one Skeksis. So just in terms of like hiring labor, it seems like this unbelievably expensive sort of enterprise. So it wasn't surprising, but it was gutting, because it's great. Like, I don't normally like prequels. I think they're slightly redundant, especially if you're watching for like if there's a quest and stuff, you know what the end of the quest is, then why would you watch what happened before? But with the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance series, I thought they did such a great job. And partly because, like Shelley said, the world is just so huge that there's so much to explore that you don't get to see in the movie.
Yeah.
So,
And Netflix just cancel everything.
Oh,
I know. They
Babysitter's
greenlight
Club.
and then they cancel it.
Babysit. Exactly. I was going to say it, and then I thought, better not.
Wrong audience.
Well, they've cancelled it. How could they do that?
yeah.
I know. And then they keep crap like Emily in Paris. Like, what's going on? Seriously.
Oh, I like that job. Cheesy fun. Cheesy.
Moving on quickly. So just to wrap up, are you a fan of the film, after all this discussion? And if there's anything that you would change, what would it be? Let's start with Georgia.
I am a fan of this film, and I'm so glad to revisit it, because I remember enjoying it so much when I was younger. And I think, it's so weird and strange, and I think I was quite weird and strange, and still am quite a bit now. So I was completely drawn in. And like I said though before, I think Jen was a bit soft.
Bit of a drip.
Yeah. I'd like to see a reimagining without him, and just with Lyra just leading the action. That's the only thing. But I still love it, and it was great. Oh, the end was just the finale was just incredible. You just think we're here all of a sudden, and Fizzy Wig, is he's going for it, and he's fallen down, and then next thing, and Lyra's face when she was Kira, when they started taking her essence, which another thing that stuck with me. I used to get really scared about someone taking my essence, I think, because of watching this film and Never Ending Story 2. And just her face, how she just started getting this. Yeah, and it was so subtle, and I was just like, she's got to make it. I just was really, sad. I know, and I was, so yeah, I'd like to see a reimagining with her leading the action. But yes, I am a fan.
Cool.
I was very happy to watch it again.
Awesome, thank you. Kat, what about you?
I suspect if they did remake it with Kira as the lead and no Jen, it would be a very efficiently done quest.
Be even less than 90 minutes, yeah.
About half an hour long. I think the only thing that I wasn't overly keen on about the film was the very beginning. And I kind of see now that you said that originally it was not spoken, the Skeksis and other creatures didn't speak. You have this voiceover at the beginning telling you, years and years ago, and it was a very, very long explanation of what the setup.
And it was like, and here we find the mystics. Like, okay.
Yeah, and I mean that was kind of common to a lot of 80s fantasy films, especially. I do remember that, but it was kind of like, also, when are we going to get going here? So that was the one thing I wish they'd sort of shown a little bit more of that backstory throughout it rather than just like dumping everything right at the beginning. But I suppose it gives context if you have just grunting animals that don't talk.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Shelley?
Yeah, I definitely. Now I've watched it from start to finish, I'm a new fan, and I'm really now like intrigued to like. I really want to know more. I want to know more, so I'm going to watch the series, and I might actually get that book, Josh, because I'm just know more.
And this one's amazing as well.
The
ultimate visual history. So good.
But yeah,
Awesome.
It's captured my imagination, and I just want more of it now, and I'm just sad that there isn't more apart from the TV series.
Mm-hmm.
But but I don't have to change anything, because obviously it was the first kind of time we've seen it properly end to end. So yeah. Maybe if I watch it again, I'd think, oh no, not that bit again.
Emma says the series is great. Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna.
Yeah, I feel very similarly to all of you, where I think whenever I recommend the film to anybody, I say it's so good, but you have to get through the first 20 minutes. Not because they're bad, it's just that they're not necessarily representative of like the film as a whole. They are quite slow, and there is that narration. And even though I love all that, it's like I have to sort of, warn people that it's a slow build.
I think that's what you said to me, slow burn.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's worth it then.
It would make me really sad if people stopped half an hour in and then didn't get to see all the epic stuff that happens in the last hour, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I just want more. I want more. Give me more Dark Crystal, please.
I bet it inspired so many artists and illustrators, kids watching that in the 80s, and just and obviously writers and stuff, but because it is just so visual.
Even
and also
now,
the music as well.
Oh my god, the music is unbelievable. Yeah, it's so epic. And that's one of the things that I really love about the film, is that it's not made. It doesn't make excuses for puppets. It's just a story that happens to be told through puppets. Like everything that happens, you could have done with people, and all of the production around it, you could have done with people. And it's like taking it seriously. The music takes it so seriously in like a really amazingly emotional, kind of inviting way.
Yeah,
absolutely. Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me, gals.
It's been lovely
for having us.
I love how you know so much about it, and I love that.
And yet I can't figure out how to turn the heating on. It's just ridiculous. Where can everybody find you if you want to be found? Let's start with Shelley.
Oh yeah, so I'm here on Instagram quite a lot, at Shelley Toy, or talking about point horror from the 90s over at Tales Point Horror Book Club. And I'm on Twitter at Shelley Toy as well, but I'm mainly on Instagram all the time.
Brilliant.
Too much.
Awesome. Yeah, check out Shelley's videos. They are hilarious. So fun.
Oh, thank you.
Georgia, where can we find you?
I'm on here as well as Georgia Bowers YA, and on Twitter as Georgia Bowers. I had to really think about that, and I was like, "What's my name?" Yeah.
Brilliant. And how about you, Kat?
Here I'm Kat Ellis Writes, and if you want to find me elsewhere online, go to katelliswrites.com, and all my links are from there.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to be doing this again next week with Labyrinth. So we'll be watching it on Twitter on Friday evening at 7 p.m. So if you want to come join us to do the watch and tweet along, that would be great. Otherwise, we'll be here this time next Sunday to talk about Labyrinth.
And we all want to know what will happen when George's husband finds the note that says naked on the top.
Naked. Do you know what? I will share actually, because he doesn't really understand about any of this. Like yesterday I was all like, I'm doing this thing, put my earphones on, went off in private, doing this. And then I was like, oh, I'm just going to set up and like doing a thing, make sure we put the children to bed. And he was like, are you doing like one of those OnlyFans things?
And now you've got to do that.
Yeah, that's later. later. I'm not. I'm not.
Or we just had a load of like followers.
Oh my god! Naked Gelflings, promise.
Oh.
The 80s Fantasy Film Club. Brilliant. All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Excellent.
Thanks,
Thank
Joy.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.